Ikhwan, this issue of Akhuwa al-Imaniyah, there's some ta'an, there's some khala in our fahm of this understanding, ya Ikhwan. As your brother who left Christianity more than 23 years ago, and I came into Islam. The brotherhood, ya Ikhwan, in the old days compared to now, in my estimation, is nothing, ya Ikhwan. There was a time when the Muslim would smile and show his teeth and shake your hand and embrace you and take you for lunch and tell you, Ya Akhi, I love you for the sake of Allah. But now it seems as though, Ya Ikhwan, Hayat dunya is making us run the streets, trying to chase after the dunya, which actually might be permissible to provide for your family, that we forgot about this institution, Ya Ikhwan, of Akhuwa al-Imaniyah. And if we love one another, Ya Ikhwan, we will see it in the actions when we see our brothers. Because I'm starving for masculine malehood. I'm starving for brotherhood. I'm starving for Akhuwa al-Imaniyah, Ya Ikhwan. I am busy at home when I'm with my wife and my daughters. And I'm wishing to be amongst the brothers, because when I see the brothers, hopefully they'll remind me of Allah and I'll remind them of Allah, Ya Ikhwan. And this is something, Ya Ikhwan, that we need to go back. We need to go back. We need to go back, Ya Ikhwan, to the Abra Atiq, to the old generation of Muslims, and to see how they used to practice Islam and what the Messenger of what he gave to us in terms of advice, Ya Ikhwan. We find, Ya Ikhwan, the most beautiful hadith, Ya Ikhwan. And I wish that one of the scholars was to come to this masjid and to break down this hadith every single word. But due to the lack of time, Ya Ikhwan, I'm going to try to do my best, inshallah ta'ala. We find this beautiful hadith which is collected with the Prophet ﷺ on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تحاسدوا ولا تناجشوا ولا تباغضوا ولا تدابروا ولا يبيدوا بعضكم على بيع بعض وكونوا عباد الله إخوانا. المسلم أخو المسلم لا يظلمه ولا يخذله ولا يكذبه ولا يحقره. التقوى ها هنا ويسير إلى صدره 3 مرات. يحسب بإمر أن يقرأ أخاه مسلم كل مسلم على مسلم حرام دمه وماله وإرله كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ya Ikhwan, giving his companions, the best generation that ever came up, advising them. And the Prophet ﷺ was blessed with something that no Arab has these days. He was blessed with something called al-jawam al-kalam, the ability to say some short, summarized words with a lofty, vast meaning. That when these words hit the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, it changed the inner recesses of their heart, ya Ikhwan. It did something to them. When the Prophet spoke, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it changed their whole deen, ya Ikhwan. When the Prophet ﷺ said or he did anything, they had hirs, ya Ikhwan. They had the fervent desire, they were eager to implement the words of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the good news, ya Ikhwan, is we still have an opportunity to implement these hadith. No one's saying we can't implement it, we could. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, do not be envious of one another. So if my brother's driving a Mercedes-Benz, I should say, MashaAllah, tabarakallah. I shouldn't be envious of my brother. If my brother has a very beautiful wife, I should say, MashaAllah, I shouldn't be envious. Also, the Prophet said, do not inflate prices on one another. Wallahi, wa billahi, wa tallahi, wa uqsim billah. I was in a store the other day where there's some brothers who spoke the Arabic language. And I'm not fighting my Arabic brothers. I love them, and I love when they come and they advise me. One of the brothers, I heard him in the Arabic language say, sell it to him for $20. Sell it to him for $20, but the price was only 10 today, ya Ikhwan. So for me, because I'm not Arab, I gotta pay a little bit more. Ya Ikhwan, the Prophet said, don't inflate prices on one another. Because I'm not from your qabila, I'm not from your tribe, I don't speak your lahja, I'm not from the wataniya of your people, you're going to put the prices up on me, ya Ikhwan. Wallahi, this is haram in Islam. Also, the Prophet ﷺ said, do not hate one another. Do not hate one another. From the outside, ya Ikhwan, as a new Muslim, when I go to masajid, and I've traveled many places around the world, I see brothers from certain countries and certain languages over with their own little special halaqah. The Moroccans over here, and the Tunisians over there, and the Somalis over here, and the Guyanese over here, and the Jamaicans over here, and the people from Kuwait all over here. Everybody has their own circles, ya ikhwan. وَكُلُّ حِزْبٍ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. Everybody's helping, doing their own thing. But did you not hear the words of the Prophet al-Muslim, akhul Muslim? Ya ikhwan, this issue of akhuwa al-imaniyah is supposed to be stronger than akhuwa al-nasab, ya ikhwan. I have a blood sister from the same mother, the same father. I love her. She's from my family. There's no doubt about that. But I love my brothers for the sake of Allah. I love my sister because she's from my family. There's a difference, ya ikhwan. Also, the Prophet went on to say, do not turn away from your brother. Do not boycott him. And there's some conditions concerning this. Do not boycott or do not belittle your brother. Also, ya ikhwan, do not undercut your brother. Do not undercut your brother. And I've seen it with my own eyes where one brother was interested in marrying his sister. And the Prophet warned against this. And another brother in his family came and said, we have more money. We're from a better tribe. We're from a better people. We have more. And already the girl was considering marrying this other brother. This is haram in Islam, undercutting our brother. Also,